Dude, I have some really bad news.
Okay.
So, about a month ago, my work told me that we had to start coming in the office 3 days
Mm.
a week again. And that was pretty bad. And when I heard that a month ago, I was disappointed, but I knew I would be okay.
Yeah.
Last week, they said starting in September 5th, 4 days a week in the
Oh,
office, no exceptions.
why are they doing this to you?
It's like, hey, student loans are back. How about you come in the office more and not enjoy the last few days of your summer, too?
Or the last 50 years of your life?
Yeah, dude. That's,
Well,
to me, that was an insane move.
that is so crazy. Has performance across the board just been
He's
shit?
like an old school guy, so I think he's just like trying to be like, come on. Like, he had this whole meeting and he was talking for 5 minutes about like how it like boosts team spirit and like we're the type of company that we need to be in office, so we have teamwork, collaborate, teach our peers. And I was like, you are a tweezer dick,
It's like,
buddy.
dude, I can come into the office and prioritize that 2 days a week.
Yeah. And like that's the other thing. If you can show that you're able to work from home and you have that functionality, you shouldn't, I can understand even 3 days a week. Like I said, I was
Yeah.
okay with three. But once it turned into four, shit changed.
What
So I
do
haven't
you get to pick your one day out?
yeah.
What where you or is it just going to be fluid like from week to week?
It's gonna be pretty fluid, but I feel like it's gonna have to be like, a Monday or Friday type deal. Or
Mm.
low-key been starting to apply to other jobs. I haven't told my job, but
You did
I
now,
I applied to like 50. So
dude.
I'm just cruising in, hoping I can get like an offer where I can either be like, hey, you can pay me this much money and I will stay,
Yeah.
or see ya.
Hey, best time to look for a job is when you have one.
Bang.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You don't realize how slow companies work through a business week until you don't have a job, and then 3 4 weeks go by before they're like, "Oh, I just read your application," and I'm like, dude, my severance is running out. I wanted you to
Yeah,
read that 4 weeks ago.
yeah. That's actually a really good point because I have some who I applied to a lot that I've been not qualified for.
Oh
So
yeah,
they'll just reach out within like 24 hours and give you the whole like, hey, we reviewed your application. We're not going to move forward. You can apply
yeah,
in the future if you want to get denied
exactly.
again.
Yeah, I did that too, and I always wondered. It was like I would see the ranges from like 110,000 to like 200,000. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, man, what if I get an interview? I'm gonna look so stupid, and they'll never hire me even for another job.
Oh, see, the way I think about it is like, just give me an interview. Let me talk to you. Let me pick your pee.
I feel okay. I, I miss this, man.
Me too.
Not necessarily. I can talk my head off, but as far as supply chain goes, it's very strategic in the questions that they're gonna ask me, and there's not a lot of bullshitting there.
No, no. See, I would still try, but like,
Oh yeah, I would. I end up talking so much, and I'm like at the end of it, I'm like, man, I have no idea if that was complete. Like I just knocked it out of the park, or it's like that
or if they're like
Billy
that
Matt.
guy, and he's like,
They're like Billy Madison. They're like, we're all dumber after I'm hearing that now.
yeah, someone's like, as soon as you left, you're feeling confident. Someone in the room's like, I'm glad that fucking guy left. Like,
They're like, holy fucking shit, that couldn't have
holy
ended soon
baloney.
enough.
But
So
um,
it's been, why, you know what? I hope everything works out for you because it worked out for me. And the funny thing about finding jobs is make sure that when you start applying for stuff, are you doing it like on all the different websites and shit?
yeah. I mean, right
Because
now I'm just doing LinkedIn, and then I'm
I would
going
do
through
LinkedIn,
the sites.
ZipRecruiter, Indeed, all that
Indeed.
stuff.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you start doing that, then recruiters start contacting you, and it's crazy. The past two jobs I've gotten was after I started applying a little bit, but it was people contacting me, and it's just how shit works out. So
Yeah.
you start applying places, and now I go into the office like 2 half days a week, maybe. but I don't have to either.
What's your company called?
Flexus.
And what's your job title?
No. I just had my one-on-one today. I think I'm okay, but if you end up having a really good interview and you deserve the job, you should have it.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna tell my boss. I actually think you should give my job to my friend.
Well, you can do that, or I can just sabotage you. I was just gonna walk in and be like, "Hey, my friend with a mouth to feed, guy's a PEDO. Gotta get him out of here."
Go watch some 2019 podcasts of his, but like, blur all your shit out.
Yeah, but on to what I was also getting to is now that I'm working less from home, I have less chance to use my VPN, which might not be the worst of things. So I don't know about you if you ever worked off a VPN, but every time my password on my actual desktop computer at work would expire, you get locked out of the VPN and there's no way to get back in besides calling the help desk.
Yeah.
So I called the help desk, waited a little bit, and finally got through. Hey, my email or my Microsoft password expired. I need you to reset me. And normally they reset them to the seasons. So I had summer and then I had spring 2023 exclamation point, whatever. And so he was like, what do you want to make it? And I was like, oh, you can just do summer 2023 exclamation point. That's good. And he just goes, no seasons, Peter Pan 223 exclamation point. I was like, can you read that back to me?
Did he do it that quick too? He had it on the top of his head?
Literally, he was like, Peter Pan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah. So I was like, what? And then I was like, can I choose one? And he's like, it's set and it's locked now and you can change it in 5 days if you want. And I haven't changed it because I'm kind of digging the Peter Pan 233 life.
That's not a bad one. It's pretty memorable too. I wonder if they have a whole ass list of names, or just very very kind
What's your favorite
simple
superhero?
Like that.
Peter Pan. When you haven't watched any Marvel.
that IT guy was probably working at home too, and he was dressed up as Wendy, and he's laying down watching all the Peter Pan movies, and he's like, Peter Pan.
I actually saw something messed up on Peter Pan have you seen The Mick on Netflix?
I know what you're talking about, but I haven't watched it.
It's pretty funny, but they said this real thing with Peter Pan is Tinkerbell pretty much tries to kill herself with all the poison and pixies type shit because Peter Pan starts loving Wendy.
Yeah.
Behind every movie with Disney, they're just let me throw a wrench in that.
Some real shit in there.
Yeah, they always throw some real shit.
People don't want to hear real shit anymore.
No. It's not what gets the people going. But yeah.
Cracking open another White Claw?
I'm cracking open a water.
I don't know why. It looked like you did some of this. Dude, I'll tell you what. So, it's been about a month. So, oh, that's a mini one. Either that's a mini one.
No, dude, I crunched it up already. No, dude, I crunched it up already. That was a normal size water. I'm a normal size guy. I drink.
You look like Shaquille O'Neal holding that water bottle on TNT. he's like holding
Victor
it like this.
Wembanyama with a baseball.
Yeah, with 8 of them in his hand.
Did you see? I didn't even put this on here. But
oh my god! Yeah,
talk about this.
Yeah.
The proof we live in a simulation. A headline came out today that Britney Spears, everyone, hit me baby one more time. She went up to, apparently she's a huge Victor Wembanyama fan. Mm-hmm. And for those of you who are unfamiliar, he just got first pick in the NBA draft, supposed to be a generational prospect, next big thing. And so apparently she approached him from behind and reached up way up there, tapped him on the shoulder, and his security turned around and slapped her.
Slapped her, dude.
To the ground. And apparently she was probably all fucked up, so she probably razzled the town. And then he just, his sorry was basically hey, this kind of stuff happens. I didn't know who you were type deal. And I don't know if she ever got a picture with him.
Well, So there's already conspiracies though. So there's no picture, there's no video so far. There's already conspiracies that like Britney Spears is like vanished too, in that like it's, I don't know if you've seen that, but in recent videos too of her like husband or whatever posting of her, everything that he's posted is of vacations or them hiking like months or weeks or years ago or whatever.
Really?
And he but the captions all make it seem like it's today, like it's a
Yeah.
recent thing.
Oh, so this is
So
something's going on.
so some yeah, 'cause she's always had a crazy thing with that conservatorship anyway. And then she was making all those weird videos of her dancing and like, just like saying random cuss words together.
Yeah, that conservatorship was fucking needed. Like,
Yes, I would love to see a video. Or otherwise, this is just like stirring up more random stuff because Victor Wembanyama is already like a mythical creature.
I just can't believe little Brittany, how she's looking now. Ran up like he probably took one look at her and how she looks now. It was like, boom,
Well,
didn't hesitate. Like,
she was like at one point, she was like for years like the biggest, like yeah, like
S
the
tier,
yeah,
not even A tier, like S
Yeah.
tier.
yeah.
My dad
Dude.
still tries to talk about Britney Spears like she's hot, and I'm like, dude, you are fucked up, man. Like,
He's got that picture of that, like 22-year-old on top of the world
yeah,
right before the shaved head
right before her 16-year-old sister got pregnant.
and ruined
Dude,
one of my.
Zoe 102's coming back. Another thing I
saw
didn't
that.
know the thing. We'll wait to talk about that till it actually comes
Yeah.
out and we can see it.
I'm sure it's probably on some bullshit that we're gonna have to buy a subscription for because there's
Oh,
a
fuck
thousand
yeah.
things. But yeah, I don't
Breakdown.
want to. I don't want to shame her for getting pregnant, but that was it was a really good show, and
Yeah, it was a good
it gone
show.
too soon.
Gone too soon.
So it's been like a month.
Yeah.
I went on vacation, did some of this, did some of that. Then we kind of just forgot that we did this. And I was like, man, I haven't been talking enough. Let's get back on here. So I went over to Sarah's parents. This was probably 3-4 weeks ago, and pulling out of the driveway, and they live on a side road from a main road, and I see probably like 800 yards down before you get to the main road, there's like 2 kids on a bike, and I'm like, all right, I'm going like 20 miles an hour. They're gonna see me eventually, and look, I've never seen these kids before, and I get probably 30 yards behind him, and I start going really slow. I'm like, oh, they're gonna hear the car. It's nice out. All of a sudden, one of them just looks back at me and just starts like pointing, and then just doing like little like swerves in the road, and then just starts like chirping at me. And I don't even know what he was saying, but Sarah and me, we couldn't stop laughing. And it's like this little like chunky Joe Dirt looking kid and his other friend. And I'm so upset because I put this on here like 3 weeks ago when it happened, and because I've never seen this kid, and I'm over at Sarah's parents all the time. I want to start beef with this kid because he looked like he's probably like 10. And
Yeah, you should kick that kid's ass.
I told Sarah like I wanted to like go after him, like really go after him, because his dad's giving him too much confidence, or his dad's really mean to him, and that's why
or it's a terrible situation.
yeah, and Sarah saw him again the other day, and they were just like pointing at her and throwing up the finger and stuff, and I'm like, these little shit kids, I think it's funny, but I want to have the beef with them, and so I wanted to give you the lead in. We don't have to like talk about it anymore, but I
think generally I think the rule is when you have kids, your life you tend to get more boring, and only in the sense of you have a lot more time devoted to your kids, and you just don't have as many opportunities to do stuff. Having said that, you've been on a vacation more recently than me. But
vacation with the kids are different.
Vacation with train of thought.
Yeah, well, I'll go because you mentioned it. Now, you're at the beach, but you're not really at the beach.
Yeah.
Because she's got 2 naps a day, so you wake up in the morning, you get some time down there. Beach tires are out in like 30 minutes. She loved the beach, which was dope.
Yeah.
Though. And then, before you're waking up, taking your time, you're boozing on the beach all day. Come up, we usually stay oceanfront too. You come up, you make yourself a sandwich, hydrate a little bit, go booze more, and then it's time for dinner. You know, later. I'm at the beach all day.
Oh,
I knew it
dude.
was gonna. Oh, day, oh, day. I knew it was gonna be different, but it's just unpredictable with a kid. And me and Sarah both probably got like 4 total hours of beach time in the whole time down there. And so it was a lot just sitting on like the screened-in porch, just watching her crawl around. And then I got home, and after like bitching about being on vacation, I was like, man, it was like I could have just done the routine here and just did a staycation. I got home and it was raining. I was like, you know what? I wish I was actually down in the hot weather still on vacation.
Yeah.
It's still vacation.
No, the vacation's always worth it. And
Yeah.
what I was gonna say is you should beef with little kids because your life's getting more boring. So like you gotta add some drama in there.
Yeah.
So whether you're like, beefing kids, leaving shit on your neighbor's doorstep,
I want to find out where they live.
You should
'Cause
fart shame people at work.
That. Fart shame.
Yeah, you should fart shame people at work. Maybe that fart frame. You should just walk by
I was about
someone
to say,
and
I can
rip ass and then be like, "Why did you do that?"
I can absolutely fart frame. I would never fart shame. That is so beneath me.
No, fart framing.
Fart framing would be very funny. I do that all the time. I just walk around and I fart. And Sarah's caught on to me, but every now and then she won't. She'll be like, "Oh, it's so stinky," and I cannot help but to, throw a grin. I'm like, man, I gave myself away.
Yeah,
I tried to frame everyone. My grandma was the best fart framer. She would just rip it in the aisleway at Save-A-Lot and just walk
Send
away
one out there
and just never acknowledge it. Never ever.
So she was just a silent assassin.
Sometimes, until she started really not caring. Then,
fair.
Yeah.
So, I realized recently why kids are afraid of ghosts.
Okay.
It took me a pretty fair amount of years to realize this. As an adult, you realize that you have like probably a good 4 to 6 anxieties at a time, maybe more.
Yeah.
And you don't have time to think about the little things. But when you're a kid, your life is so fun and you have no cares in the world that you have time to think of ghosts as being like a real and potentially scary thing in your life.
Yeah.
And that's why it scares you. It's not because ghosts are scary. It's because you have no exposure to how shitty everything else is after.
I was just about to say I agree with that. I think it's you don't have the exposure and the life experience yet to a lot of shit, and so the worst possibility happening is not getting fired from your job. It's not even going to school. You don't even up until you're like in middle school or high school, you're like, damn, I don't want to go to school, or I'm gonna see this girl or whatever. Before then, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna go to school, see friends, blah blah blah, fucking paint and take a nap or whatever. But then you
get a couple meals.
Then the lights turn off and you're like, oh fuck, this is the worst part of the day.
Yeah.
What could be in here? I haven't been alive long enough to have proven that there's nothing in my house right now.
And you'll never prove it. So like, it's definitely a valid fear. Obviously, there's some adults still scared of ghosts.
Well, and I don't necessarily know if I'd say ghosts, but I believe in spirits. Do you believe in ghosts or spirits or anything?
Don't look at me like that, dude.
Well, it was getting blurry, and these are new glasses.
Oh, they look good.
Thanks, man.
I do. My mom's a big orbs person. When they take the pictures and there's like a little orb, and they're just like, oh look.
Or like The Ring when they take a picture and the person next to you is like,
yeah, I don't like that.
They're like, it's like, oh my gosh, and then that person dies tomorrow. They're like, why is that person like that? and do you see that one Scary Movie? They took that picture and that person's like all fucked up, and then they're like, oh my god, that person's next, and they pan over that person. They actually just look like that.
Looks like a Picasso painting.
Yeah. I don't know if that was Picasso.
I completely forgot about that in The Ring.
Yeah.
Very scary.
That movie was one of the movies that I couldn't take. Even in the Scary Movie,
Yeah.
She's terrifying in that.
Oh yeah, still terrifying. But I watched the original Ring
Mm,
with friends on during the day,
mm.
and it was terrifying.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. There was that'd be a good draft or something to do. Maybe just conversation, scary movies. We could say that for
Yeah,
Halloween. It's not that's crazy. Halloween's not like crazy far away now.
yeah.
We got season football in like a month.
I know. I know. That's the thing. Like with student loans coming back, that sucks in October, but that's when basketball starts and football will have already started.
Yeah, see, and I don't know. I just cannot get excited for basketball. I like will watch LeBron, and I was so pumped
Ugh.
about the Cavs in the beginning of the season last year, but it was so disappointing the way they went out, just getting their shit beat in, that it was just I'm not going to be pumped,
They're
next year.
older and better now.
Yeah, we'll see. Jared Allen's
we'll
like, I
see.
wasn't ready for playoff basketball. What the fuck you think it was, Jared?
All right, do the rest of the episode like that.
What we got next, Hunter?
I'll tell you, because I went to a wedding recently, and so
Okay.
before I got my suit dry cleaned, and like I've gotten clothes dry cleaned before, but it got me thinking, dude. I have no idea what they do with what's dry cleaning. Do you
Well,
know?
I think it's Steam, but
Oh,
all I know is that it goes around on hangers. But does it
yeah.
ever come off the hangers?
Yeah, like, hey, here, thanks for the $45. Your suit went around the thing 28 times.
Yeah.
It's pretty good now.
Yeah, you know what? Because I don't think it takes off like stains or anything. Because I had somebody throw up on my back in
It does.
college. Really?
It took us. I don't know why. Don't
Maybe-
judge me. I
maybe-
had a chocolate stain on the ass of my pants and right where
You
my
know-
beehole is. I didn't shit.
Rory just had a chocolate stain on the behind of her ass too.
I licked mine. It was 100% chocolate.
Okay, I believe you. And it came. So what if
I didn't lick it.
it? Okay, Hunter. Hey, just clear the air because I did not lick it.
Yes.
What if it gets so wet and steamy that like, if it's not a really deep stain, it'll kind of drip off, and then
Yeah.
the steam and whatnot comes and it keeps going around and it dries
One
up.
of the dry cleaners, they put it in the edible section. The guy just started munching chow on my pants, dude, getting all the chocolate off. And then he passed it off to the steam station.
They have
All right, the tonguing is done, sir.
they have someone like they would at a trash or like recycle bin. All right, not recycle. They're like, oh, this has got food on it, not food. It's like, all right, Paul, you're gonna have to eat all and lick all this stuff off. And then when you're done, hang it back up and let it get wet and steamy.
Then take a 15-minute
That's
break
it.
and you can go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I had somebody throw up on my back with my suit on in college. We were trying to leave because I knew that the guy was really drunk, and he threw up on my back on my nice blue suit, and I took it in, and a little bit of the stains came off, but I took it in probably a month later, and that was probably the problem.
A month later, with what do you know what he was drinking? Like, what was it? What did he puke on it? Just the normal, like,
Just
wet sand color puke, or what?
yeah, probably. By the time I looked, I felt it, and then I looked, and some of it had dripped off already, but it was just not good. It was a big little night, I think.
Yeah. So old William at the fucking dry cleaners had a shitty day after that.
Yeah, I
He
didn't
was
tell him
like-
what it was though.
I mean, he tasted it.
No, you're right. Old Willie Paul was like, "Oh, that's not fucking applesauce."
So, I did see you put on here. You put down. You want to talk about what is the biggest stadium?
I
you
was
could fill?
just thinking of
I have some questions.
if you promoted it, or I don't know how I want to do this,
Like
but
any event?
it maybe by people you know. I don't know if it like if you wanted to promote it or whatever, but I'm sure there's smaller venues that like not extremely popular artists go to. You know, not like the TD Garden or something in Boston, but somewhere smaller. Or unless you think you can fill the TD Garden and get like 30,000 people there, like whether it's people you know or whatever. If you just said you're gonna go stand in the middle of an arena and you were telling everybody what size, how many people do you think you could get to show up? What kind of stadium do you think you could fill?
So first I have to know my talent, right?
Do you have one?
Not really.
I think this is about as talented as I get.
Well, this sucks.
I would probably just bring my
I would
daughter and
say-
lift her up.
Someone's like, "Ooh, get your boy down." It's like she's young; she hasn't had the chance yet.
Her, her.
she,
Oh, wait, what is that? What it is? Hershey?
she, her.
She it?
Yeah, just don't misgender your daughter before she has the opportunity to choose, dude.
Yeah. I've already asked her.
I would actually. I've always kind of thought about this, but I think I could do stand-up comedy if I really sat it through. And I feel like the same goes for you, because I feel like we are witty enough and we could play off different people, but I've never done anything, like I've never tried it, so I can't just like, I know I'd be shitty at it at first, but I feel like I would go for comedy, and I would say I could fill up upwards to 15 to 20 people.
So people probably, I don't know, I think people would probably come see you your first time to see
I bet
you bomb.
I could probably get 50. Like,
Well,
if they at least put my name up on like the
I think
outside
if you
thing.
think about all the people you know and you're like, this is such a good, like, big deal for me, blah blah blah.
True.
I feel
could
like
rile up some.
maybe we could get like 100 people. Like, think about your wedding, right? People go to your wedding.
No, yeah, that's true. We had to cut that list down.
Yeah, that's tough too.
Like
It's
initially.
like, yeah.
No, yeah, I bet I could get like 100 to 150.
You're like,
that's
yeah,
also
we had to
not as
cut
many
that.
people.
Yeah.
It's also not as many people as you think it is. Like, it never looks like 100 people doesn't
Yeah.
look like 100 people.
I agree.
What about you?
I think Sarah's family is about 100 in itself, so I think I could probably get about 200 people.
Is all her family in Ohio
Honestly,
still?
I think I could probably, yeah, like all, and then my family's like decent size too, like close to hers, but her entire family is like within the 3 city limits that I am in, and they would all come,
yeah.
and that'd be like 100 people. I think if I called people up, I could get 250 people.
I think if
like
you
wedding size.
what would you be doing? Because I feel like it all depends on what you're doing too. Where if you can get more strangers to come, because I don't know.
I didn't think this out. I just thought, how many people could I get in one place? Maybe not even a talent, but if we're going talent, I think less people are showing up. I'd probably call people and tell them that I have a gun to my head and I need them to show up. And I'd still probably get 100 people. But well, stand-up comedy too. I would like I went to. Do you know what Kill Tony is?
I actually do not know what Kill Tony is.
So Tony Hinchcliffe does a live podcast, to where people can come see it, and he sits at this table and he's got a band, and then he usually invites a couple comedians, and basically what he does is he'll have everybody that come watch, if they want, they can write their name down and put it in a bowl, and he'll ruffle through the bowl and pull out a name, and if he pulls out your name, you can come on stage and do upwards to a minute of stand-up comedy. And if it's bad, yeah, and most of these people, they just love the show, and it's their first time ever doing it, and most are really bad. But if it's your first time and you're okay, and sometimes some people have even gotten big from, or like big, like start traveling with them and stuff because they're good. But if they're bad, like he'll fucking rip into you, and it's like super funny. It's all about how you do talking after, because if you're like, yeah, this is my first time, you know, and you're not like an asshole, or you're kind of personable or whatever, he'll like have a good conversation with you and like laugh or whatever. But like, I wrote a little bit for that, but I pussed out, and this was like 4 years ago. I pussed out and I didn't put my name in there. I was like, I can't do it. I know, because it would have been so cool, and it probably would have been kind of bad or whatever. Because most of these comedians are not good right away. Like, some are better than others to start, and they get better as some get better quicker or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
But you have to get shit on and bomb enough. I think fucking Bill Burr like 4 years ago bombed in Detroit. Like, he said something his audience didn't like, and it's just shit like that. But so I would love to try stand-up comedy. It's just you have to not have the fear. You have to be okay with like getting your ass reamed.
You got to be a cornerback, no fear.
You got to be a cornerback. We don't have to talk about the next one if you don't want to. I just you give him a shout out today. That Cooper Flag.
That. Yeah, we're gonna wait on that because he's the future, not the present, dude.
Yeah. The only thing I was gonna say is his brother's name is Ace Flag, and you either have to, when you have a name like that or anything similar, you either have to like blow up so your name is like kind of cool, or if not, and you just end up working jobs like we do. I just feel like you sound like a dog, like that. I know a lot of people, or a dog, not a lot of dogs named Ace, but I've heard of dogs named Ace.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be well.
Then if you become a badass, and you're just like that badass Ace.
I was like, Ace Flag, just join the mafia.
It is a good name. That's it. We'll get back to him once he blows up.
Yeah, kid's the future, and the present, and the past. So I'm sure, as everyone has seen by now, Instagram unveiled their rival to Twitter finally. They've always kind of added features, to like make them better than Facebook or like compete with Twitter a little bit, but they unveiled Threads, which is the newest app. I did download it, and it's basically just like Twitter, except your feed, at least right now, is mostly just random popular people posting stuff, and it looks cool. But I don't think it's anything really different from Twitter. It looks like you can post GIFs, you can post short videos, you can post. It's called Threads because I guess they want you to like interact more. So like it's supposed to be like for
I'm just
replying off
now
and stuff.
Getting through it because I downloaded it. I downloaded it earlier and totally forgot until this. And the nice thing about like Instagram and Facebook is that they work together, and so you can basically just follow everybody, and then it's like you'll follow these people if they join Facebook or join Threads, from Instagram. That's like the best thing that Apple has ever done is when you go to type in a verification code and it's going to send you your text and it automatically like pops up for you to click right there. That's kind of similar to what like the interaction between Instagram and Facebook is, and it's nice.
It's very nice. I think Threads is going to be popular too for a low-key reason. It looks like and it says your number of followers, but it doesn't say your number of following. So I remember when we were young and cared about that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the younger generations absolutely care about that stuff just like we did. It only sees your followers, dude.
Dude, that's why I turned off my likes and shit.
Yeah.
Like, my numbers.
I honestly, I think I did it on one, but I don't know. I don't post very much anymore, so if I do, once I have a kid, dude, I should so have a kid. Then I'm going to be posting.
That's another thing too. Sometimes I'm just like, man, should I post? I don't want to post my kid all the time. Like, I usually just repost stuff that Sarah posts, and then I'm like, well, all my shit is private anyway. So basically, I've gone through, now that I've had a kid, I've gone through and I've unfollowed a bunch of people that I'm just like, they don't need to see what I'm posting, or I don't want them to see what I'm posting. And so basically everybody that I follow is, at least I can trust that they're probably not going to screenshot my child.
That's a good point, dude.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of child screenshotters out there.
There's some sick fuckers, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we should come back to that as well, because I want to see kind of what it develops into. You have a long story here though that I've not even read it, so you go ahead.
No, I just want to read it. And This is another thing I put on there. This happened probably a week or two ago now. But it was wild. So a thief robbed a woman at gunpoint outside of her home. Um, he proceeded after he robbed her to find her on Facebook, or she made him ask him to add. All right, let me just read this. After he got the money, he allegedly pointed the gun at her and demanded she add him on Facebook. He said, "Damn, you was too pretty to rob," in one of the messages, with the man saying he would pay her back. Just a week before the armed robbery, Boyce, who was the last name of the guy who did it, was arrested for a separate armed robbery on June 12th. Boyce allegedly got into an argument and shot 2 people and hit another in the head with a brick. He surrendered to police after a SWAT team responded to the scene. He was charged in that case with burglary, unlawful possession of a weapon, criminal recklessness, and battery.
He's
But
a
shoot or
killer.
shoot.
He's a killer, but yeah, he shoots in more than one way.
That's the thing is I thought the story was wild to start. But then they were like, yeah, this guy literally just shot people like not long ago. I was like, oh.
So it's
this,
like,
this
where was this this empathetic guy before when he was shooting people? He's
and
just,
hitting one
dude,
over the head with a brick.
That's just guys being so fucking simple.
I thought you were gonna say that's just guys being guys.
just guys being dudes. Well,
dudes
it's
being dudes.
a guy. I don't know what his motivation was for the first murders or whatever, but all it takes is for a guy to see a girl and he's just like, I'm ready to change everything. I can't do this. Add me on Facebook.
Yeah,
And that's that.
And I'm guessing he never paid her back because he got arrested, and hopefully he's actually going away for a little bit.
Yeah, enough. Well, he killed somebody. He should go away for a while. I was gonna say enough to make him like think about it.
Yeah, I think he had already had that chance to think about it. He thought about it, and he was like, "I'm a demon."
He's like, I'm gonna keep doing this. He's like, I need money. And he's like, you know what? I need love more than I need money right now. I'm not a Facebook bitch. His words, not mine.
Yeah,
I'm a gentleman.
If you were getting robbed, not with a gun, or actually, I'm gonna give you a scenario.
Give it.
You're walking on the street. It's just you.
Okay.
And someone quickly comes behind, and they have a knife, and they put it close to your back, and they say, "Make one move, and I'll get you." What do you do?
Close to my back, dude. Honestly,
Dead.
I pride myself on being so quick. This is what I would do.
I want to. Yeah, this I want.
The knife's right there.
Okay, wait. Now I gotta show you what I would do because I would have I was thinking a slightly different approach. All right. So if the knife's right here, it's at your back. I was thinking.
Yeah, you turn and he slices your whole body.
Do you think though? Because wasn't that pretty fast?
It was pretty quick. And what if you came with a leg and really surprised him? Like, so it's like right here, and then it was a lean forward. You know what I'm saying? A lean forward. Knife goes away from you, and then you
boom. Or you could just kick him.
Just
like
cut your foot
upper kick in the D, just like
yeah.
And then because if you can get the D hit, then you can turn around and knee him in the face, and then it's over.
Dude, knives are scary. I almost so say I have the option to be shot in a certain spot or stabbed. I think I'd rather be shot.
Okay.
I've never been either, but knives scare me.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to get shot, but
well, I don't want either, you know.
Yeah,
I don't prefer neither of them. But
so yeah,
that's what I go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if anyone meets their wife from armed robbery, shout out to both of you. That marriage is gonna be long and healthy.
Yeah, well, I did just see one where I'm sure these people broke up. A guy went to rob this couple, and the dude took off. And I think he expected his girl to run with him, you know. But I think in that situation, you got to be the man. You got to, grab her arm and go, right? But he took off, and then when he saw she wasn't running, he just kept going. And the robber is like holding her at gunpoint. He's like so confused, looking at like the guy running. And I don't even think he robbed her because he felt so bad. Like he was just like, oh man, like you're kind of fucked anyway.
You just got left in the dust.
He might have still robbed her because he's a criminal.
I'm sure he was like, it was like a 50% discount.
He's like, damn it.
He was like, I need something.
Give me that money.
Yeah, I need something to bring back, but I don't want the full thing anymore. This is sad.
We've been talking a little bit about some social media. What's this Snapchat jazz you got?
Did I put that on there?
Yeah. It's been a minute.
Okay, that's funny. I thought you did. So
because I wouldn't ask this question because I'm aggressive on everything.
Yeah. Okay, I'll ask you. Are you a Snapchat sender, a Snapchat replier, or do you generally ignore everything?
So it's weird when it comes to text messages. I think I'm very bad at texting because I tend to ignore a lot of shit. Also, just like everything, it depends who it comes from. If somebody's sending you stuff in droves, like I have some people that send me stuff, and I'll open them, and it means nothing. Your snaps aren't funny. It might just be a picture of you, and I'm just like, there's nothing I can do with this. I'm not replying to you. But for the most part, I think it's because like my whole life I've just been like the one that I'm trying to get a laugh or like do some shit. To my friends, I'm probably the one that's sending the stuff that nobody thinks is funny. Occasionally I'll get a laugh and maybe even just an LMAO back or something, but I'm probably sending it out way more often.
Yeah, I feel
just to my friends. But there's definitely people that I just will open. And now that I have a kid too, I'll just send her doing some silly shit too a lot.
Yeah. And I think one thing with Snapchat too, and probably other things as well, is people oftentimes enjoy things and then just don't reply or even acknowledge them. So I think there are a lot of times where, like, even I do it where I'll laugh and I'll just realize that I never responded, and I'm just like, not even to you, to like other people.
It goes away, I'm just and like, then you don't even remember what it was.
Yeah, I'm like, this person definitely is just like, oh, well, all right.
Mm-hmm.
And I do send some snaps, but I'd say I'm a reply guy, and mostly because I usually just don't think to send snaps because I don't have anything that interesting in my life right now.
Dude, that's what stand-up comedy is, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's around you. But my sister just had a kid, so she's always he's 3 months old now, but she's always sending pictures of him. So I always reply to those because I like seeing him grow up a little bit and stuff. But other than that, I'm kind of just a reply guy. I'm a once in a while story guy. I've definitely sent some snaps. Don't get me wrong. I'll throw my dick out, but like, I'm just not the always throwing my dick out.
I think that's always been my my challenge. Though I was a too quick of a replier, like in middle school growing up. I'm like,
oh, dude, I reply so fast. I used to text people back like instantly. I'm like,
oh yeah,
fuck I'm just the rules.
Yeah, I just always thought it was if you see the snap and you. Or the text and you don't want to reply, that's fine. But if you're like, I'm going to make him wait because I want to seem a certain way, that was just so bananas to me. Because there were some girls in like middle school that I could just never have a conversation with, and and then I can't redeem myself after I just said something weird because I did that a lot too. And it was just like, then you replied back, and every other time it was just hey or something because we had to start a new conversation.
Terrible. So if you're gonna fucking reply, just reply.
Yeah, you got to.
Okay, did I put travel on here or did you?
No, I was just gonna talk about I went on vacation. Yeah, no, this one wasn't you. I went to my sister's wedding in Montana in the middle of June, and the wedding was awesome. But I traveled there. Sarah and I had to take 2 connected flights, and then we were there for 16 hours, and then
Jesus Christ.
and then had to fly back just completely drunk. Still, Sarah was like barfing on the way to the airport, and then we were home for a day because we left Rory here, and then we had to drive down to vacation, and we couldn't check in for like 5 hours when we went down there, so we had to drive around with a cranky baby. It was wild.
That's
I don't know if
that's
like
not fun.
no travel and we almost took a baby. I saw people traveling in the airports with babies just running around and everything. It looked god awful. If I don't have to travel with a baby in an airport, like
No,
we went to O'Hare and I sprinted through the entire airport and I left Sarah in the dust. She told me, she's like, "Yo, one of us has to make it." Luckily, O'Hare is awful. And it got like delayed by 50 minutes, so I made it. We're just huffing and puffing there for no reason, like, and everyone's just like, "What the fuck?" But we get off into the terminal, and it literally looked like a scene from like a zombie movie. Like there were just people like with their arms up and shit, and there was like no room to walk. Yeah, and I'd never been to that terminal either, and I was just thinking, where the fuck do we go? And half the people were going to Europe, like Turkish Airlines, so. Yeah. Half of the shouting was foreign, and I couldn't even talk to anybody and ask where to go. It was kind of wild.
That's the worst. Giant airports are terrifying, especially if you're unfamiliar with them. Quick tangent. I went to the Atlanta airport. I flew down there.
That's a big one.
My mom and sister were already down there, and I was like I was like 13 or 14, and this like 60-year-old man helped me get where I need to do. This absolute stranger.
That's
helped
kind.
me get to where I need to do in the airport. Very kind. Definitely could have got me.
that was before your growth spurt too, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I said 13. My growth spurt when I was like 19, dude.
That's true. Yeah, you popped into college at like nobody would ever. If you didn't have any pictures, nobody would have thought you were like tiny at one point.
I know. Tiny Tim.
Like, look at this slender man. Ain't no way.
And then I would throw that thing out. They'd be like, "Yo."
You were throwing it back.
I still do.
Speaking of throwing it back, we can get to our draft. We're 47 minutes in.
Yeah, I want to.
Honestly, I feel like I cut it short a couple times there. We hopped a couple topics. It was just nice to get back. Hunter had a good idea for a draft. Oh, I thought I was going to have a loud fart, and I just puffed it out. I put the mic down there, and it just went. Right. We're gonna draft songs that get you going, that get you hype. And so
we're leaving that open to interpretation too. So I'm gonna have some songs that pump me up, like I'm ready to play some sports, but I also have I'm ready to dance battle the shit out of you.
Yes. So it's gonna be a pretty mixed bag. It's just what hypes you up. It just depends on what type of hyped up you like to get. So there's a chance we don't have many of the same songs on here.
I don't think we're gonna have many at all of the same songs. I was trying to look through. I wanted to make sure I got everything, but I should be fine.
I think we'll have a little bit. I think we'll have at least two of the same. Like, on our list. Obviously, we can't draft the same. That'd be crazy.
All right. Do you want me to have her flip a coin?
Yeah, do it.
What's your thing? What are you picking?
Heads.
Hey, Siri, flip a coin. It's heads.
Ooh, doggy.
It's all right, dude. I wanted second pick anyway.
Yeah, you wanted the... I'm going to start off... Are you writing this down?
Oh, yeah, I can...
You don't have to. Dude, you don't have to do anything.
No, I can.
I'm going to start off with a song that gets me incredibly, pumped up to... I mean, it could be anything. It could be to go out. It's not going to be to dance or anything. Play a sport or get in a brawl. I'm going to pick Till I Collapse by Eminem.
That was one of the number one that I had on my list. That's just a great pick. It's like the opening to it is almost like chills worthy. And then it just kind of like dun dun dun. It kind of I think the build up is what's so good.
And then he just pops off. Yeah, then he just absolutely fucking pops off. So
Yeah.
That's one that it's probably more motivational. Like I'm focusing in, I'm zoning in, rather than like I'm like super like hyped up. You know, if I want to get like real strategic in a fight, that's what I'm listening to. But if
Yeah.
I want to just go start throwing hands with my eyes closed, I have a couple of those too.
100%. Damn. So we did absolutely. We're gonna have some of the same things. Well, I'm gonna take my number one for now. I don't know if you'd ever have this on your list. This is
Smart.
just a pump up to fucking live life, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Fireflies by Owl City.
That is crazy of you.
Dude, leave my door open just a crack. Please take me
away from here.
So I heard that this weekend. We were driving in Jazz's brother's Bronco, and it came on, and his girlfriend and me and Jazz were all just belting it. And he was kind of like embarrassed.
No,
But like
it's
it made me
definitely
realize just
yeah, it's definitely one of those songs, and it was overplayed at the time. But years go by, and you're just like, no, that was like a really good chill song. You know,
it's just a vibe, dude. It definitely like got made fun of at the time, but I still listened to it a ton back then. But now when I hear it, I'm like, this song just rocks all around.
I'm like just thinking about it right now, and I just got lost thinking about like memories in high school of it.
Yeah, 10 million fireflies. I'm here because I hate goodbyes. I got misty eyes as they said farewell. So yeah, that's my number one pick. I'm sure you never would have had that on your list close to it, but this is my list.
No, yeah, there's not a chance that would have been on my list. Because I didn't think of it in that way, but that's why it's open to interpretation. There's a lot of stuff on here that'll be different. It depends on how it hypes you up or gets you going. Like that one gets you going in like a real positive vibes. I'm belting this out type of day. It's summer,
Yeah.
you know. I'm feeling good. My number 2 pick, I am going to go with Thunderstruck by AC/DC. I feel like whenever that just comes on, you know, I usually need a beer in my hand, and that's kind of how it started. And I just, it was between that or Back in Black for me. I like the song Back in Black better. Wow. But Thunderstruck is more like it's that build too. Every time that's why the game, you know, the drinking game was the way it was, and I just needed to get some AC/DC on here.
Okay. With my second pick, I'm gonna take "Forever" by
It's a good one.
Drake, Kanye, Lil Wayne, Eminem. I can remember growing up, that was like 4 of the biggest people in music all on the same song, and it was just an absolute banger. Everyone kills their part. Great song.
Yeah, that one is and they do it in such a good order as well, to where you know, Kanye starts and he says some very questionable things in his verse. Or no, Drake goes, then Kanye, and then they step it up with fucking Lil Wayne. Like everybody memorizes that verse, and then you don't think it could get any better. And we got him on here again. Eminem just fucking. He destroys it. Have you seen those memes of you know, people acting like they're recording those songs in the studio, and like, you know, Drake's going, Kanye goes, and Lil Wayne goes, and then all of a sudden Eminem goes, and he starts ripping it up, and it shows like Kanye, and he's like, damn, were we supposed to like go this hard?
Dude, Eminem, the emotion he sings with is insane.
Yeah.
He thinks he wants to kill me.
I agree.
So, yep.
That's a good one. I don't think you'll have this one for sure, but this one gets me going in a weird way. So I'm gonna save that for later. Actually, you know, I just be talking around. I'm gonna go with something that got me in the crazy mode for like football. It's a real nostalgic thing. Is "We Ready" by Archie Eversole. We ready. You don't know that one?
I don't know that.
It
Don't know if
honestly,
many people will know that.
we'll see, honestly. But it was like a real
What's that called?
It's called We Ready. It
I mean,
played.
sick title.
I would play it before every football game.
Dude, I'm about to absolutely steal this 3rd round pick too.
Let's hear it.
I'm glad you have We Ready. That's super cool. My 3rd round pick is Remember the Name.
Yeah,
Probably maybe the sickest start to any song ever.
yeah. I have that on my list as well, but I wasn't sure when I wanted
He
it.
doesn't need his name up in lights. Fort Minor, MC Yoda.
That's just it's a classic.
Yeah. It's funny that he has that song and then Where'd You Go? I Miss You So.
I know.
Great song.
Versatile guy.
Versatile.
Damn, dude. So I'm gonna have someone here, especially because your Fireflies pick, that I have to choose between. But I'm gonna go with X Gon' Give It to You.
Great song.
That's just like right. His voice makes you feel like you can do anything. DMX.
Oh yeah.
He has a probably like three or three. Yeah, exactly. He's like 3 or 4 of them that I was like trying to choose between. It's like I could listen to any of these and attempt to run through a brick wall.
No, all legendary. That's a good 4th pick. Shit, do I want to do that one? We're going to have to do some honorable mentions after because I have personal favorites that I know wouldn't make it.
Yeah, now I'm wondering if We Ready was a good choice.
Probably not.
Okay.
I'm gonna do for my 4th. I'm gonna do All I Do Is Win.
Wow, I didn't even think about that one. That's good.
Everybody hands go up.
My name's down.
Yeah,
that's a classic one.
It's funny because I like to shit on DJ Khaled as much as the next guy sometimes, and he's a goofball.
Yeah,
he has just countless songs for the past 20 years now.
Yeah, like when he says
Out Here Grinding,
when he says another one
years ago.
Yeah, when he says another one, he's not fucking kidding.
He's just gonna make another one.
Yeah. Oh God, man.
All right, I'm comfortable with that. I'm feeling good now going into my last pick.
I got the choice between 2. And I'm actually going to go with this one. I'll do my honorable mention. It's a dance one, so I didn't end up putting any dance ones on here, even though I'm like Mr. Dancy Boy. And that's what they used to call me. I'm going to go with Gotta Have It. Jay-Z and...
Like, oh, what you need? What you need? I got.
Yeah. Nobody knows what it means.
I used to love. I still do love that song. I just haven't listened to it very much. I got what you need, dude. Should I go Pump Up or should I go like Bang or Dance? So wait, I have Pump Up or Bang or Dance. Pump Up, Pump Up, Pump Up. Oh, I gotta do Bang or Dance. For my 5th round pick, I'm going to dip into my own personal favorites just a touch, and I'm going with Other Side by Jason Derulo.
That is the absolute... I don't know if I'm more surprised by that or Fireflies. You just decided to come out...
So tonight, take me to the other side. Oh, dude, I fucking love that song. Maybe these are all songs that I just loved so much as a kid, but it wasn't as cool to like them. So now as an adult, I have the confidence to just be like, yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember being that way for a bit. I said that about Katy Perry. I think it was E.T. And I was like, oh, yeah. Like
that song was sick, though, because Kanye just comes right into that.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was the Kanye one. I was probably in maybe in high school, I don't remember, but I said something to like an upperclassman. I was like, Yeah, I wish I could tell people I like this. And he's like, why don't you fucking just tell him that? Just listen to the fucking song, dude. And I was like, oh, okay.
You're like, that's a good point.
So the issue, it would almost be better for someone. I know what song you're talking about. I never thought it would be you.
I don't want to get copyrighted.
So
tonight,
you're too off pitch to get copyrighted. Just keep singing. If anything, it's good press for him for all the 32 people that are gonna hear it. All the 32 playbacks we get.
People,
but I was gonna say it almost would be better for some of our drafts to have more people to where it narrows it down, and then you kind of know the direction as well. Because when it's only 2 people drafting, you have so much to choose from, and then you don't have room for error really. Because then you're also trying to, like, you want your own stuff in there. Do you want to please the crowd a little bit? It depends on where you are with the draft, and that's why, like, I have like classics on there. Like, I absolutely love Eye of the Tiger. Like, when I love the Rocky movies, and I was thinking about putting that on there, and I was thinking, I don't know if anybody that listens to this gives a shit about Rocky or Eye of the Tiger, but like that song gets me going. And like Seven Nation Army, I'm gonna pop a mouse. Seven Nation Army couldn't hold me back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What were some of your?
So I had 4 honorable mentions that we didn't say. The first, Overtime by Ace Hood. It's do or die.
Ace Hood.
That's
wow.
a great music video.
I
dude.
totally
just
forgot
like
about
4
him.
kids just grinding.
Yeah.
Great music video. Not grinding with each other, like they're grinding in life.
Maybe they're just like
maybe. The second one's My Time. I think it's by Fabulous.
It's my time.
I'm gonna put it on the line about the way, so I'm gonna shine.
That's
Put
a good
it
one.
overtime. Oh wait, that's saying overtime again on accident.
It's overtime.
Well, now,
Or 2 more.
gotta stay on my grind 'cause it's my time.
2 more songs, not 2 more verses.
No, you wanted 2 more bars too?
Yeah.
I got shout out Pat Mentone. I had Every Time We Touch on here.
That's it. Yeah, that's a good one. Also, fuck Pat Mentone.
And then I also had You Know I Know How the feelings are
Is that Flo Rida?
The club can't even handle me right now.
Honestly, I like Wild Ones better than that one.
Oh,
Hey, I heard you were a wild one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Great
freaking
song.
So my dance song that I had on here, because I was going to try to limit it to 1, but then it just got away from me. I think I drafted 2 that I didn't want to draft, but I still I like them. Every time I go to a wedding and they send like the RSVP here, like pick a song, Sarah and I always pick G6, and we're like the only like the G6. We're like the only 2 people on the floor dancing too.
Bottles in the ice, like a lizard.
Yeah, so that's one. I had "Grinding All My Life" by Nipsey Hussle too. That was in I think Creed 3. And that was like one of the first, like I've heard that song before, and it was definitely a good song. But I heard it when you hear it in like a motivational setting, I was like, oh, this is a fucking 6. Like, this is like,
yeah.
That was
no,
one.
they'll get you like that.
I had some Limp Bizkit on here, Break Stuff. That song makes me want to like get in a mosh pit and throw my hands around.
You should.
Yeah. And then the other one I thought about, it was like, this is going to get all the white people going, is Sweet Caroline.
I saw that on some of the lists online.
I didn't. Yeah.
If you want to get Fenway Park bumping.
Yeah. Fucking Fenway Park.
That's a good draft.
It was a good draft.
Send it to you.
Yeah. Actually, I got them all. Now,
yeah, so did I.
Yeah. So I'll show them to our intern. I'll have her make something good, and we'll get it posted.
Get it posted.
You get a
go back
posted
to
note.
losing. I'm still gonna lose this draft, even though you have fucking We Ready on there.
You know what? If you might get some votes
I'm gonna get
because
some
of
serious.
Firefly. I think you're gonna get a
I
bunch
might
of
get some.
You're gonna get
I might
questions
get-
on the last song.
Yeah, I might get less votes for Fireflies, and Other Side will hurt, but it doesn't hurt me. And that's today's show.
I was just very surprised that Fireflies went first. So
You weren't gonna pick that at all.
you're serious? That just wasn't on your list.
Is that no?
Tonight, take me
Dude,
to the
I wish
other
that
side.
copyright's so stupid, dude. Because we could just end every episode with just playing an entire song.
Just Jason
singing
Derulo
to
every
it.
time. What you
Dude,
say?
I mean, we could do that for like what? At least like 12 to 14 songs, probably.
Maybe more. I feel like he's gonna be one of those artists that has more songs than you think about.
He had
I'm
one
riding
album.
solo. I'm riding
He had
solo.
one album that came out. It was low key. It was called like Cheyenne or something. Or that's what the album's on. That's what it's called on. I can't talk right now.
Hey, we're at a minute, hour and 6 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I had something to say though. Oh, it was the last album he released in 2015. Cheyenne. Okay, I'm
I
done.
ain't listening to none of that. I probably did though. All right, we'll get the draft posted. No more breaks. That was too long.
Hour long.
We'll come back next week. Peace out.
See you in a month.
Cheese till.